It did? Good. I ran a test today just straight from the app. I love jelly beans.
Celebrity guest.
Oh, celebrity guest. Put in quotations. Just the word celebrity. I like jelly beans.
The fuck is wrong with you?
Hang in there tight, folks.
Fucking jelly beans. Ooh, my voice sounds rather deep this evening. I gotta get ready for Valentine's Day.
Oh yeah. Let's watch the movie.
T-minus 1 minute.
T-minus. What does that T even mean? Why do they say that? That's really
Titties.
weird. Titties?
Titties.
Oh, that means so much more to me now than
It makes absolutely no sense.
titties minus 1 minute. now I want to watch the next space launch. Just see why in the world.
Gotta launch that rocket up inside of it.
So this is NASA is like a titty fucking convention, basically. Is that kind of where I'm?
Like an undercover porn shop.
I'm so confused. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention something. Brad said if we could keep it somewhat clean tonight.
Oh.
We got you, homie. And
keep it clean like Mr. Clean.
We're live.
Hey, what's going on,
it feels
man?
like it's been like a week or something since we've been here.
Yeah.
Doing this shit.
It's been a week. It's been a rough week for some of us.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Busy, rough. All right. So tonight on the Unframe of Mind show, we are going to show you perhaps the most hilarious, quote-unquote, definition of an assault rifle you've ever seen. The coronavirus is going global, should you be worried, and 8 kinds of black Donald Trump supporters. We'll also be hanging out with special guest Ryan Milford from the Paddle and Fin podcast to announce our upcoming February challenge, #Unframe of Body.
You're listening to the Unframe of Mind show, the place to have the most mind-stretching, unprotected, intellectual intercourse of your life. Your hosts battle the forces of evil by lobbing fiery balls of truth, reason, and evidence over safe room walls.
And welcome back to the Unframe of Mind show, where we're having uncomfortable conversations without a condom. I'm your host, Daniel Wagner.
Anthony Schreiwick.
Yeah, that's your cue. That's where you wanted to go.
Oh, yeah. I'd like to introduce Ryan. It's good to have you. From Paddle and Fins podcast, Ryan Milford has joined the show this evening. And I kind of want to give you a little bit of hell for every time you popped in on the chats with us. And I've always given you crap for it. So it's good to have you actually on the show with us this evening.
It's good to be here, I think.
Hey, we'll find out.
We'll find out.
Yeah. Yeah, by the end of the hour, we'll know for sure if it was a good thing or not.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I guess this could be the destruction of yours or my channel, or both. Who knows?
There's a good chance I might be kicked off my podcast by the end of this. But we'll see.
I don't know, man. From what you told me about the guys, I think they'll dig it, and I think it'll be just fine.
Oh yeah.
So let me start off with our favorite segment of the show. Have you heard of the phobismist, Ryan? Do you know what the phobismist is?
I have.
Okay, so
because I do watch the show from time to
all
time.
right, awesome.
Anthony.
I just wanted to make sure for those of you who don't know, where this segment we're about to do is where we pretend to be offended by every damn thing in the world, and we tell you why you should be offended by random shit.
Phobismist.
All right, and today on the phobismist, it turns out that black people are joining the KKK in record numbers. Like, I cannot make this up. I can't make this up. So from this article here, it says 3 new polls show that Trump's approval rating among black voters has quadrupled.
Wow.
Proof that black people are joining the KKK en masse. It's ridiculous. And you guys need to be on the lookout for this, because if you guys didn't think racism in the United States was a problem before, just wait till you see the upcoming election when all of the little black people in KKK robes reveal themselves for who they really are.
They're all following in the footsteps of Dave Chappelle.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that was actually a deep state government psyop to get people to start envisioning themselves as legit racists, even though they're black. I don't know how this exactly works, but I mean, then again, you know, as a constantly offended liberal that I am, I can kind of understand where this would not have to make sense for it to be true. You know, you understand what I'm saying, right? You're awful quiet on this.
Yeah, you know.
I mean, aren't you
free sheets for everyone?
Aren't you offended by that? You know, I would not be surprised, quite frankly, if in the 2024 election we don't have Bernie Sanders back again, just trying to pass out free sheets for everyone. That's probably his next campaign strategy.
It's headed that way
after 2020, right?
Yeah.
So just so y'all know, be on the lookout. Be on the lookout. This is real and it's happening. Just to give a little more information on that, by the way, Rasmussen says 34.5% African American support for Trump. The Emerson polls 34%. Marist 33%. So yeah.
Is that surprising to you?
Me as a professional phobismist, yes.
Yeah, it is for me.
As a phobismist?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Cut the shit. I'm done. I can only keep up that act for so long.
Keep it clean.
Oh, it's not clean. Not.
My child could be watching this evening.
Yeah, that's true.
And we got Ryan on.
If listen, if y'all didn't see that episode last week, go back and watch last week's show. That was hilarious. Oh my God. Did you happen to see that one, Ryan? By chance?
I didn't.
There was a part where his daughter showed up in the comments section while we were in the middle of doing the show.
Oh wow.
Under my name.
He did not know what to do. It was funnier than hell.
There's not many moments in my life where I'm speechless or dumbfounded by a situation. That was one of them. I really didn't know how to handle myself because I wasn't expecting my 12-year-old daughter to be in the chats on the live show.
Right.
So not knowing if she was going to stay on and watch or, it really kind of shifted the gears of the whole program.
So you're saying you're a little bit different on the show than you are around your child?
Yeah, I don't cuss in front of my child at all, and my behavior is completely different. I mean, a lot of what we do on the show is for entertainment value, but, a lot of it is we can be more ourselves around, not around our children, although it's different for you, Daniel. But for me, it's, I'm kind of really reeled back.
I'm a straight up WYSIWYG right here. Like, what you see is what you get.
So it just, it was a quick reality check for me that, at some point I knew that was going to happen. I just didn't realize it was going to happen this soon, and especially at her age of 12. So it was just a friendly reminder that sometimes I don't always have to be so vulgar and,
Right. So back to what we were talking about before, in a more serious note, this was a pretty interesting article as far as I can, I thought it was anyway. But basically it says 3 new polls indicate that President Trump's approval rating among black voters has quadrupled since 2016. And I already read off the percentages. Roughly a third of black voters approve of Trump's, he has positive approval rating. It's This is significant because President Trump won the Electoral College in a landslide in 2016, despite scoring just 8% approval from black voters. If Trump can get even half the figure among black voters that he's getting now in these polls, he will easily win re-election in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I can't remember who it was that I heard it from, but they were saying that if a Republican can get 20% of the black vote, then the Democrats will basically lose for the next decade. There's just no coming back from that. It's a huge hit to
here's the
their
thing,
numbers.
though. It's just it will show a seismic shift within the party, but also, in the inner cities and the more highly densely populated areas where a lot of your blacks tend to live. So it's just it's amazing to see that he's not even really trying to get that black vote. I mean, he's not. He's just being himself, and people are starting to gravitate.
Yeah, I think it's a lot to do with like Candace Owens, Kanye West,
Diamond and Silk.
The people you see on the screen here. Like these people are standing up and just talking sense, and people are going, "Hey, that actually does make a lot of sense." And
we all know it's a narrative that everybody wants to play that race card and say that he is white and he is a racist. When he's been posed with so many pictures with celebrities that are black and notable public figures, historical
nonstop,
figures.
like all these different songs and stuff before he was ever elected. All these black rap songs was talking about being, they want to be Donald Trump,
they want to be like them,
like amazing.
Makes you wonder what their own agenda was.
Yeah, that's Hanson. Okay, that's not really what I even want to talk about. That was just interesting. But while I was doing that research, I actually came across this article here, which it blew my mind. It's just from The Root, which is traditionally, it's, from what I can tell, is a very pro-black, but I would even go as far as to say anti-white website, theroot.com. It's the 8 kinds of black Donald Trump supporters. I'm not sure what's going on over here. I'm not really sure what's going on over there. But we got somebody rubbing on themselves. Like that's
yay.
Anyway, now this article was written back in 2018, back in August of 2018. So it's a couple years old, or almost a couple years old. But I just thought it was really interesting because they go on and try to just basically explain what these different types of Trump supporters are. So I wanted to read a little bit from this because I have not read it yet. I just saw the headline and I thought it would be fun to go along and do this together to see what the hell these 8 different types are. So, whoa, wait a minute. That's interesting. I just happened to catch this line here. It says, everyone knows that black people are criminals. Therefore, if black people were twice as likely to vote for Trump than commit a crime, using white logic, we can conclude that black people love Donald Trump. That's just science. Oh, this is going to be fun.
That's just racist.
He said using white logic. What does that even mean? What is white logic? Ryan, can you please explain to me what the fuck?
I'm
logic.
not touching this.
He's got a reputation as a celebrity to maintain. We got to respect that.
What is a
white logic? I guess it goes hand in hand with the the white privilege card. I guess I don't know.
I don't know. This is gonna be so much fun. So much fun. So, and while Trump supporters may be a small minority of black people, it is important to know who they are, why they chose to support the dim-witted, tanning booth-weathered love child of Pennywise and Lord Voldemort, and most importantly, how to spot these rare creatures in the wild. Wow, this is like so condescending.
Now, can you imagine if this came from a white website?
I'm just
how racist this would be.
I'm just
labeled?
picturing being a black Trump supporter and reading this, going, "Wow, this is what they think of me."
Most of them are usually called an Uncle Tom if they find out that they're being they're voting for Trump.
This is a new word. As a member of the growing subset of white peopleologists, white people. That's how they spell white people. White
people.
Yeah, W-Y.
White people. You got to add that
white
slang
people.
to
White
it.
peopleologists. W-Y-P-I-P-O-logists. White people who study Trump. Anyway, as a member of the growing subset of white peopleologists who study Trump, hey, if we can come up with phobismists, they can have white peopleologists.
Okay, yes, you have a valid point there. I'll run with that.
I have cataloged every single genus and species of black Donald Trump supporters for your edification. Ooh, they used a 5-syllable word. This is going to be good. So we got number 1, the MAGA Scots. One of quote unquote the good ones. These are the black people who are willing to serve as mascots for the white people who love Trump. They do so for a variety of reasons. Some of them are black people of middling intelligence, but when they are surrounded by mediocre white people, the combination of racism and low IQ makes conservatives think the mascots must be geniuses.
They are really tearing into the black community with this. That doesn't go against, that goes against their views.
All right, I'm going to let you all read this article, but it even goes into each section how to spot them. Yeah. Predominant MAGA Scots are Candace Owens and Paris Dennard. Number 2, dummies. Just dummies. I mean, some people are just dumb, bruh. Bruh.
If you had to add that to your article, that is just intelligent.
Who writes bruh in an article? Some people are just dumb, bruh. They get taken advantage of because they're really not very smart and they like shiny things. For those people, Trump
We're talking about an IQ level.
As interesting as a rattle to an infant. It is brightly covered and it makes a lot of noise. So do you and your shitty writing. Oh, we got the churchless pastors. That there are some, like my colleague Damon Young, who wonder where all these black preachers who support Trump come from. Luckily, I have the data to answer that question. Contrary to Mr. Young's scientific hypothesis, they are not produced in a Bluetooth factory. What? Okay, moving on. Black conspiracy theorist is number 4. Black people love a good conspiracy theory, and whether it's QAnon, Benghazi, or Hillary Clinton's emails. Benghazi's not a conspiracy theory, dipshit. Neither is Hillary Clinton's emails. Those have been proven. Trump pets are willing to believe anything they read on the internet because it makes them feel like they know something everyone else doesn't know. Like you're pretending like you know all these different types of black Trump supporters and nobody else
like
knows.
The black Israelites are the ones that
it
that
does.
wrote this.
The black Hebrew Israelites, right?
Hey,
all right.
Real quick, is this satire?
No,
this has gotta be
no,
satire.
this is not.
I was kind of wondering the same thing.
And no, this is the root. I every single time I do race research, inevitably
it's the first thing that comes up.
Inevitably, I come across some articles from the root, and they are so, like I said, they're pro-black, and I would say even anti-white, just based on what they
I'm
read
going
about.
Racist on this. That's what I'm going to go.
Yeah,
with
this is just straight up racist as hell. But since you're a minority, you can't.
But it's
technically
okay.
You
it's
can't
okay
be racist. Yeah.
to go after the white man and not be racist because your views seem to matter more than ours.
Whoa, what the hell? Okay. Prominent black conspiracy theorists, Michael the Black Man, Roseanne Barr. Oh, you thought Roseanne Barr was white? That's what they want you to believe.
Okay. I'm
thinking,
gonna have to go with satire.
No, she's Jewish.
She's
Jewish.
That's stupid.
She's
I mean,
not
come
white.
on, man.
She's not white. She's Jewish.
Jewish is white. Okay.
No, that's according to the black community, Jews are not white. Jews are like undercover white people.
Well, some don't. Like they say they're not, but then there's also Jews that say like, yeah, we're white.
Ryan, are you Jewish?
I am not.
Okay.
Not that I got the nose to be.
Well, we were checking that out earlier.
Is that racist?
That is racist.
Number 5, quote unquote, different.
Take it back.
So we got number 5, quote unquote, different black people. When white people assure you that they have a black friend, these are the people they're talking about. My God. Although they also can't exist without being in close proximity to whiteness. These people are not the same as MAGA Scots. These are the people who only had a white friends growing up and claim they were teased by all the black kids. They will tell you it's because they're smart or quote unquote different, but it's really because everyone is teased when they are young. That's not true. Okay, so they believe they are not regular black because they play Dungeons and Dragons and listen to alternative rock. But it's not that the guitar music and wizard shit appeals to them. It's whiteness that they crave. Like, how can you write this and, like, take yourself seriously? This is so terrible.
True believers.
6 true believers. Okay, you all get the point. Do you want me to read some more?
I just want to know what the number 7, number 8, number 9.
Okay, number 7, the opportunists. And number 8, Kanye West.
Oh, you know how that
number
was
8 is Kanye
there.
West.
Yeah.
He says, see opportunist, see dummies, see different black people, see keeping up with the Kardashians. How to spot him? He's Kanye West. Wow. Prominent Kanye Wests. Kanye West, Yeezy, Kim Kardashian West. Wow. Oh, okay. So Michael Harriot is the guy that wrote this. His byline says he's a world-renowned white apologist, getter and doer of it. Never reneged, never will.
Let's
last
take a look
real,
at some of the comments.
Last real negus alive.
I want to see the comments.
I thought the bitch was white.
Show all replies.
See mentally ill. Wow. View all replies. How many times do I got to click view all replies? This is what I
Really
hate
a
too.
lot.
And listen, in my article on spotting fake news, this is actually one of the things that I pointed out is like be aware of comment sections that are either non-existent or really hard to find because they really don't want an alternate opinion or alternate thoughts down in the comment section.
Hang on, go back up. It says be leery of what?
Always be
Black
leery
folk
of
who
black
dress
folks.
like Michael Douglas and falling down.
Oh no, this is hilarious. I need to. Real question. I'm done. I'm done. That's all I got. All right, I gotta move on. Gotta move on. Listen, I was listening to an episode of Dan Bongino, and I heard about this.
We get to be white again, right?
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
Yeah, we.
I was worried about that.
There's this.
Hey, Anthony.
Yeah.
You're not white.
I know.
You're Italian.
Shut up.
Yeah.
I'm probably the whitest here.
I
I'm
need to
Irish.
find some white
Wait,
friends.
I've got a lot of Irish, so maybe that's not white enough. I'm not sure. I mean, we're still Irish people are still kind of the new white. I'm just saying. Anyway, so I was listening to an episode of Dan Bongino, and he was talking about this guy by the name of Mark Levin. Not Mark Levine, the conservative talk radio host, but actually this other guy. He's from Virginia Delegate, and
Virginia.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
fascinating.
Isn't that where Mark Levine's from? Or is he West Virginia?
that I don't know where he's from. Is that it is Mark Levine? Are we talking about the Virginia Delegate?
No,
or
no,
are you talking about
I'm talking about the talk show host.
the talk show host?
So.
Yeah, I don't know where he's from, but I do know this guy happens to be Virginia Delegate, and he's trying to. Somebody asked him in the audience to describe or basically define what an assault rifle is, and I had to go find this clip because you all got to see this shit. It is freaking hilarious. But I'm gonna play that clip for you. Over here is what I'm gonna do. If I can get a hold of it, that'd be great. Come on. Work with me, buddy. Work with me. It's cool. We got this. All right. And play. There we go. And play.
Someone in the audience asked this knucklehead, Levine, to describe what exactly an assault rifle, which he wants to ban, is. Fair question, right? So you want to ban something, what is it? We want to ban gavels. Well, what's a gavel? Wooden object, resembles a hammer, has specific measurements, has a handle this long, made of this type of whatever. Maybe you should describe why you want to ban gavels, and you should know what a gavel actually is. Listen to this knucklehead try to explain.
By the way, when I heard it, it was already hilarious. But then when I saw it, oh my God.
There we
What an
go.
assault rifle. Bar none, the single worst explanation I've ever heard. Check this out.
Question from the audience. Please define assault weapon.
Hunting weapons, weapons used for self-defense, weapons used for sport shooting, from weapons that are the preferred weapons for mass shooters. So what the bill does is it distinguishes...
Wait. He says what? Okay, so he says it's different from what mass shooters like to use. What do mass shooters like to use? What's the weapon of choice for mass shooters?
Usually it's been an AR.
Pistols. Yeah. Pistols is the number one weapon used in mass shootings.
Okay.
So, first of all, he's already straight up wrong there, but let's continue.
Basically, difference between guns that go like this, these are rifles, you use them to shoot an animal, and you can shoot very precisely. Mass shooters don't like things that go like this. So the mass shooters use guns that go like this.
Mass shooters use guns that go like
right?
this.
Pistol grips, things like that. And guns that go like this are wildly inaccurate. That's why hunters don't like them. That's what these guns do. That's why they're so useful in the military. You want to mow down an approaching army. They're not useful in hunting. Shotgun's very powerful. You shoot a shotgun, and it shoots some 40 pellets out, and if someone's coming to approach you and they face the end of a shotgun, they're in big trouble. In terms of the differences between the guns, the heart of the difference is how you hold the gun.
It's how you hold the gun. That's the difference. So if you're holding up here, with the gun next to your face, and you got the rifle grip in the other hand, that's considered a hunting rifle, and that's okay. But if you got the pistol grip and you're holding it down at chest level, and you're just spraying bullets into the crowd, that's an assault weapon. That can't. Like, what the fuck, man?
Well,
I'm just...
we should go with this though.
Okay, all right.
I hate people.
We should go with this.
I'm listening.
Because what most people, when they're trying to ban guns, go with as an assault rifle is, AR-15 and all this. So based on his logic, if it don't have a pistol grip, it's a hunting rifle. It's not an assault rifle. So he's not taking those away.
That's it. I think we're onto something. Let's just ban pistol grips.
Everyone in this room is now stupider for having to listen
I know.
to this.
I know. I'm now.
I award you no points. What movie is this from?
I'm now officially confused on what an assault rifle is. Oh wait, it's not a thing.
I just
It doesn't exist.
You would honestly think that these politicians would be well educated on what an assault rifle is, the functions behind it,
And that's exactly why they push the policies they push, because they're not educated, because they're just basing their decisions on fear.
That's like people asking me about different ways to fish. I'm not going to know. And if I'm not going to know, I go to this man right here.
No.
And ask him.
If you want to know how to fish, none of the three of us are going to have any idea.
No, but what I'm saying is I'm going to ask him more for the advice and educate me on something I may not necessarily be aware of.
Right.
You just don't do this.
You just don't do this.
You just don't. If you don't know
What was that, Ryan?
I was going to say, I was talking about, I forget who it was, but I was talking about this with somebody not too long ago. I've got the knowledge on how to fish. I've talked to, on my segment of Paddle and Fin, I've talked to so many good fishermen and learned how they do different techniques and all that. I got the knowledge. I just can't apply that knowledge in real life. So I can tell you how to do it. I just can't do it myself.
And apparently he can't either. Because his description of what these guns are is like, well, I guess it makes sense to him. I don't.
It's like he watched too many 1930s gangster movies, and he's got the Tommy gun. That's his idea.
If our military actually took out enemies like that, we would lose a lot of wars. Fuck.
Hey, so does that mean sniper rifles are cool? We can get those? High-powered, high-caliber sniper rifles?
Please.
Yes. Everybody should have one at least.
Can you imagine what people would look like at a shooting range if they were all shooting like that?
There wouldn't be no people left because they'd all get shot.
Right.
All I picture is Scarface. Say hello to my little friend.
Hello to my little friend. People.
I don't even think he had a pistol grip. That was a hunting rifle, bro.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Hey, can I give a quick shout out real quick?
Yeah.
Before I get murdered.
Yep.
Right.
Shout out to my wife Heather. Today's our 12-year anniversary of when we first started dating.
Hey, congratulations.
Put up with me for 12 years.
Yeah.
So.
Look, I can understand celebrating that for the first couple years. Who the fuck celebrates the day we started
12.
dating 12 years into your relationship?
I get the 10. I get the maybe 15.
Maybe 10.
Obviously
maybe
the
10.
20,
Hey.
but the 12?
I don't tell y'all how to do your relationships.
Well, this is true.
Okay?
Happy 12 years, my friend.
Oh, here we go with this
little.
bullshit again. Wow. That's ridiculous. All right, well, let's move on to the next subject of the night.
Hey, that made more sense than the other guy trying to explain what rifles are.
Yeah, it really did. So, hey, Ryan, let me ask you this. You before we get too much farther here, you actually have a podcast that you do, and we've mentioned it at the top of the show. Let me give you a moment to kind of tell folks who aren't familiar with what you do.
Okay. Yeah, I got a podcast. It's called Paddle, the letter N, Fin. It's basically a kayak fishing podcast. We have like 10 hosts. We got a different segment every day of the week. It's kind of changed up here in the past week or so. We had one guy decided he had to step away, and so we're kind of having to shift things. But I'm on Mondays now. Every Monday we got a podcast coming out. My segment is Bass Fishing for Noobs. I just interview a bunch of good bass fishermen and find out techniques that they use and just different stuff and learn from them. And, we got a a product review segment. We got a tournament recap segment for the kayak bass tournaments. We got a saltwater segment. We got a lady host, Susie Roloff. She does her own segment, like kind of get the idea of what it's like to be a tournament bass fisherman from a female perspective, which is pretty cool. And we like pretty much, if you're interested in kayak bass fishing or maybe even just bass fishing in general, we got something for you on one day or the other or all.
Right on, and yeah, I actually do really like the logo, and I seen you have your paddle and fin hat on. It looks pretty cool. It's very well designed. I like it. So yeah, if y'all want to support him, check out his podcast. Head on over to paddleandfin.com. Yeah, paddle the letter N fin.com, and you can check out all of that stuff as well. So let's move on to the other shit I've got. Yes. So something's been going on the news for the last week or so, or a couple weeks, would you say? Maybe the coronavirus has been something in the news.
I think it's just a 6-pack of beer and call it a day.
Yeah. See. It's kind of interesting hearing about these things because when it kind of comes up, you got these different conspiracy theories come up, and people are like, "How worried should I be? You know, is this something that I need to like start? You know, becoming a prepper over? You know, do I need to start wearing masks out in public?" And then when you start looking at the numbers, you're like, oh, this is, I don't know, man. I don't know. Based on the numbers where they're talking about, you know, not really that high. Like it's a lot of numbers of people that are getting sick or having cases. There's like 1 or 2 in the United States or 3 or something like that. It's like, I don't know, man, if that's something that's really worth starting to worry about just yet.
No.
And even the symptoms they're talking about is not that bad. Like symptoms for the common human coronavirus are runny nose, headache, cough, sore throat, fever. I thought that said a genital feeling of being unwell, but it says a general feeling.
Damn.
Of being unwell.
Damn.
But now I was really looking forward to catching the coronavirus if I could get a genital feeling.
Ooh.
Like, that sounds fun. Let's get that one.
That almost kind of sounds like a song.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It says a human coronavirus can sometimes cause lower respiratory tract illness, such as pneumonia or bronchitis. This is more common in people with cardiopulmonary disease, people with weakened immune systems, infants, and older adults. So basically, this the exact same thing as the flu, but maybe a little bit worse. Or look, I'm not an expert on this, so if you want to look up your own information, figure it out. It just, to me, just based on what I've heard, it doesn't really sound like it's that.
It's not a zombie apocalypse.
It's not quite reached that level where we need to start, storing water in the basement and shit like that,
But if it does, we'll be on next Wednesday live.
Yeah, we'll have our little face masks on and everything. Yeah.
Unless you're a zombie.
Yeah, exactly. Their early report published. Yeah. Okay. So a number of things that I keep hearing is the stuff's coming from either the people eating snakes or bat soup, or it's as simple as dirty people eating dirty food and spreading dirty diseases.
Ozzy Osbourne ate a bat's head and he turned out just fine.
I mean, bats are known for carrying rabies, and people have died from getting bit by a bat. But I mean, again, it's, I don't know. Some people are even saying that it's some kind of a medical facility, that a research facility that studies these highly transferable pathogenic type.
That sounds like something out of a movie.
Yeah, and then they I've even seen memes going around where the logo for this company is the exact same logo as the Umbrella Corporation from the Resident Evil movies, except it's green instead of red, or some shit like that. I've heard it all.
Did you see that meme that I posted on the group page?
No, which one?
The one with the guy's drinking a Corona. He said he's going to call out of work because he's got the coronavirus.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Oh, and the other one was this is obviously this is a fun conspiracy theory, debunked by the way, where the coronavirus was actually patented by the U.S. Patent Office back in 2015. So therefore, they've already known about this. They've already got the vaccine, and now they're spreading it around on purpose just to, get people sick.
Well,
so they can
it's
sell
population
more
control is what it is.
But here's the thing.
If it was real.
Here's the thing. Yes, a coronavirus as a type of virus was patented back in 2015. There's multiple types of coronaviruses. This one here is a specific strain of coronavirus. So it's like people are they heard the name coronavirus and that was it.
All I
they
heard
need.
all I heard was Corona, and then I thought lime.
That's it.
That was it.
Corona with lime.
I didn't
Yes.
even know you could patent a virus.
I don't know how they do that
Genetically,
exactly.
I guess,
But-
made and.
Yeah, I don't know the specifics on that. I'm definitely not a patent lawyer, but I guess they can patent this stuff so that way when they create the medicines or the vaccinations to it, they've already got the patent on it. So and then they hold the patent for like 20 years or something like that, so
Well,
nobody
I'm
else
gonna-
can create
I'm
the
gonna
vaccines
go-
to it,
I'm gonna
and
go
they can make all the
tinfoil-
money.
I'm going to go tinfoil hat on this one. I'm a firm believer that the government and other agencies around the world do create these viruses to do a population control. I believe it. Sorry.
I'm going to need to see some evidence on that, but it might be. It's possible. I'm not going to go out that it's outside the realm of possibility, but it doesn't make a lot of sense to me because, when they do start spreading these things around, if they don't have a cure for it, they're putting their own families in risk at the same time of doing
Well,
this.
they got the
No,
vaccination.
they don't
for
spread it
so-
around where they live.
Well,
Right.
well, I mean, if it's highly contagious, you pretty damn good chance it's going to get back around to you at some point. You got
Well, maybe they do have a cure and they keep that for them and their families.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
right. So I don't know. Here's the problem for me though: is the Chinese government's known for like keeping information from people and trying to downplay these catastrophes. They've already done it a few times in the past, and for them to sit there and I don't know if we can actually accept for what they're saying is the truth because they want to save face. They want to make it look like, oh, we didn't fuck up.
Nothing is believable anymore.
I know,
Everything
but
is
they're worse than
it's not out of the
our media.
realm of being a possibility, and that's what I was saying. I mean,
Yeah.
it sounds a little far fetched, but I think some diseases are genetically made to control populations. I mean, you look at China, where all this is coming from, and it's just like, I mean, the population over there is insane.
Yeah, there is that.
I mean, when you have to put a limit on how many kids you can have per family, you have a population problem.
Yeah, I'm so glad they stopped that shit. That's insane. That's insane. I don't know. So we'll wait and find out. And I think what we'll find out is we'll actually get some more reliable information as it starts to spread around areas where the
only
media is
information we're
not
gonna
quite so
get
tightly
is-
controlled.
Well, the only information we're going to get is, hey, it's the flu.
Yeah,
just a little
basically.
worse.
Yeah,
Get a little worse runny nose.
Right.
You know.
Right. Now, you brought this up last week, and we didn't end up having time.
Yeah.
I need to practice segues. You know what a segue is?
It's where you kind of go from one topic right into the other.
Yeah, see, I need to do that because this is really weird when I'm just like, okay, now we're talking about something else.
No.
Yeah.
We need to start
It's not
getting
weird?
advertisements and throwing a few commercials like Zombatol,
Zombatol.
the Google guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Play those. That's a good segue into the next clip.
That is
We have commercials now.
yeah,
we did them
yeah,
ourselves.
yeah, that's exactly right. No,
I thought of that too. The coronavirus. The first thing I thought of was the Zombatol commercial. I don't know why. They had
did
nothing
you?
to do with each other, but I did. That was something I just kind of thought
dude,
about.
wouldn't that be something else if that is actually they watched our commercial
And they genetically made something.
and they're like, you
that?
know what? That's a great idea. We should totally like rip them off and create one that does that.
All right.
So I don't know. It's possible. Here's what I suggest. I suggest we go ahead and play it for the folks at home.
For the ones that haven't seen it.
Yes. Well, if it'll play, you need to calm down, buddy. You need to calm down. Relax. All right, we're good. Are emotions getting in the way of everyday life? Do you find yourself inconvenienced by moments of empathy toward your fellow man? Do you occasionally suffer from showing feelings of an almost human nature? This will not do. Time to ask your doctor about Zombatol. Zombatol is the most effective human emotion deadening medicine on the market, guaranteed to intercept any and all attempts at real human connection instantly. After 2 weeks of taking Zombatol, patients reported feeling more dead inside than even the most devout nihilist. In fact, 9 out of 10 politicians say they can't make it through the day without a strong dose of Zombatol. Maybe you find yourself feeling some days sad and other days happy. Perhaps you get nervous when meeting new people. You might even be inclined to put down your smartphone when hanging out with loved ones. Zombatol can put a stop to all that pointless emotion. In this fast-paced world, who has time to deal with what's actually depressing you? No need to waste precious moments expressing happiness at your children's baseball game. You've got work to do, and your boss isn't paying you to feel things. If you find yourself admiring Dr. Spock, Dexter, or Agent Smith, tell your doctor that Zombital is right for you. Zombital is there when you yearn for the cosmic void in your heart and soul. From the makers of Repressitol, helping people feel since 1992.
Please consult your doctor before taking Zombital. Even though medical professionals have zero idea how this stuff actually works, patients only wish they could experience normal side effects such as nausea, vomiting, headaches, heartburn, and diarrhea. Instead, patients have reported fungal infection, runny nose, lazy nose, weekend boredom, increase in semen, decrease in semen, gas with oily discharge, painful rectal itch, 2 poops to 7 poops, red poops to purple poops, an urgent need to have them, an inability to control them, inexplicable urges to have sex with homosexuals, trouble swallowing post-blowjob, death by cop, and strong longing for the zombie apocalypse.
All right. This cracks me up every damn time, man.
That was the one skit I was not a part of, and something came up that weekend. I couldn't do it with you guys. I hated that. But it turned out really good.
I love it. I'm so happy with that. When's the Paddle and Fin podcast going to come with an awesome skit like that?
Yeah.
We actually have a pretty cool skit. I wasn't involved in it, though.
Need more. We need Ryan. Hey, we need him in our next skit.
But watching that reminded me of how many little soulless creatures you've created.
That's right. Oh, yeah. That's true. I've got a few. And one of them wasn't even mine. He just kind of showed up to help. I know. Yeah. All right. So there was a topic you wanted to talk about last week.
It is tax season.
Yeah, it's definitely tax season.
Yes,
I have not yet filed mine. You said you've already done so.
I've already got my
yours
return. I got my return last night.
You're awesome.
What?
Yeah.
That's what I said.
How? I didn't think you could actually file. Never mind.
Yeah, as long as your company issues your W-2 before February 1st, which our company did, and which was last week, I went ahead and filed mine, and it took all of 7 minutes on TurboTax, and then I got my return back last night, 2 o'clock in the morning.
Damn.
Sure did.
How much you get?
Enough.
That's none of your business.
I got enough to go to the titty bar and get some cocaine.
I think you said we're gonna say cookies.
No,
we
got cookies too.
We're gonna go to the titty bar, get some cookies.
Get some cocaine.
Oh boy.
No, I just wanted to talk about only because.
Oh yeah.
I got back a pretty large return, and the one thing I've noticed. And I know everybody can relate to this or has, seen the memes on Facebook, but people have a tendency when you live paycheck to paycheck and you get a large sum of money, the first thing you want to do is start looking for the most expensive thing, get a brand new car, blow your money on trips and things of that nature, and that's fine and great.
Oh, yeah.
But a lot of people are not investing in things that they really need to. And what I mean by that is if you got a car and it needs some work done, put the money back into the car because that's your transportation to be able to chauffeur your kids around and, get you back into the work, which is your source of income. The other thing, too, is set up a small savings account for your children, and just maybe add something to that, like every week, $10 or $15. But they've already got a good chunk of money that's in there, and I've always lived by the mentality that you should always have 3 months' worth of either mortgage or rent in your savings account in the event that anything happens. I've always lived by that mentality, so that way, back when I was burned, I wasn't struggling financially when I was out of work for a month and a half,
right.
And I was only getting 60% of my pay. So initially what this money does is if you can put it in some kind of savings, if it's even with a different bank account, you've got that money in reserve in the event that something tragic happens within your life, and you're just going to need that money to kind of carry you over for a couple of months. And so I just want to encourage people to, find different ways to save, to invest, and to do things that will, that will really be beneficial,
right.
So that. And I've asked people in the group something, they would want to invest their money. What about you, Ryan? Can you think of anything that you would want to invest in other than fishing gear?
Yeah, that's what I commented on your post.
I know, I saw that. It was great.
Well, one thing, I thought I froze up for a minute. One thing that I'd like to put some back towards is you know, I'm wanting to eventually buy a house.
Okay.
So I'm I'm kind of hoping that the market will kind of go down a little bit
Right.
in the near future because it's in the Nashville area. It's inflated so much, and it's ridiculous right now. But right now, like you have to have a down payment to buy a house
Right.
for the. I mean, unless you just get really lucky or have a perfect credit score. So one thing for me is like start going towards that goal, save some money to put towards a down payment on that house.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll tell you what. Down payments. I don't know. I don't know if the structure of it's changed or not. But when I got my house, I went to a local credit union, went to a manual underwriter, and I was able to get the house with no down payments, with no credit really. They didn't even check my credit score. It wasn't factored in. That's what manual underwriters do is they look at other factors like do you have a strong history of paying your bills on time or paying your debts on time, or do you have a job history, have you had your job for X amount of years, which you have, like all that kind of stuff can help you actually move into a home. Plus you can go the route of like foreclosures or tax sales, stuff like that. At your local like courthouse, they have sometimes I think it's like every 6 months or so they'll have like a local tax sale where people couldn't pay their property taxes, and the property gets turned over to the state, and the state auctions it off. So there's a number of routes you can go that doesn't involve saving up a.
Well, I believe even those you have to have a down payment that day.
Yeah. As far as the tax sales, yes, but as far as going through a manual underwriter, if you want to go that route, that's another option that a lot of people don't know about. But that's how we did ours.
So hang on, I just interrupt real quick. Going to the comment section, congratulations. Did I miss something?
Oh, I don't know.
No? Okay.
I'm not sure. Congratulations. I just like that Gabriel said a Segway is those scooters that mall cops drive.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
No, I just was trying to find different. What about you though? What about things that you would want to invest in? Or I mean, I know kind of like everybody knows, everybody's aware of the studio. That's obviously investment for us.
Currently it'll just be I probably stuff for the house studio,
right.
Which is kind of an investment because it's going to increase my property value regardless of what I put it into, especially as nice as I'm making it. Just upkeep on my vehicles, things like that. And honestly, what the biggest thing is I do with tax money is I replenish my emergency fund. Because throughout the year, during times between bonuses and stuff like that, we might have to borrow a little bit here and there. So it starts to deplete a little bit, and then we'll get our tax refund, and then I'll just replenish that. I got a certain number that I like to keep it at, and as long as we're there, I know everything's cool. But,
yeah, I'm the same way with my rent and making sure I've got at least 3 months worth.
Yeah, I'll tell you what though, that like the moment that I stopped living paycheck to paycheck was like,
it's nice, isn't it?
Oh my God! And then to find out the crippling amount of people who live paycheck to paycheck, like the high, I think it was up in the mid 70s or percent of people live paycheck to paycheck. I'm like, how? Like I hated that. I would do anything to get out of it, and we did. And it just takes some discipline for sure, and a lot of not eating out, and a lot of not buying the things we want to buy. But eventually, it's like, okay, we can kind of coast along now. We're not in crisis. I'm not having to borrow from Peter to pay Paul. I'm not having to like call the company and be like, listen, it's coming. I don't get paid till Friday. Right. No, it's so cool. When a bill comes in the mail, I have got it paid before I even make it back up to the house after I pick it up out of the mailbox. I go through I got everything done through my mobile app where I'm just like, just bring it up, pay it, schedule it to go out, throw the bill away as soon as I come inside the house. I'll tell you what, that is a great feeling.
It is. It really is. So now getting into the next, or segueing into the next subject, we have decided to take on a challenge. And this was something that you brought to my attention. It was last Wednesday before the live show.
It's kind of cool how it came about. So the idea was originated with Ryan. You approached me at work, and you said, hey, I seen this guy. He was doing like 100 push-ups every day for 30 days as a challenge. And then you would ask me if I'd be interested in doing it with you. And I was like, okay, yeah. Like I hesitated. Like I was looking really hard for an excuse to tell you no. And I'm like, you know what? I know like I have a bad habit. I've been eating out of the snack machine at work, and I don't need to be. I've been, doing like no exercise other than my job. It's like I know I've got to change something,
Right.
or it's just gonna, I'm gonna continue to put on weight. Like it's just facts. It's just how it works. I'm getting older. I got to work to keep this shit off. So I said yes. I agreed to it. I said yes. But how can we do this and make it more basically
Entertaining?
well, entertaining for one, but also tie ourselves so deep into it that we cannot not do it. Right?
Yeah.
Like, so we came up with the idea of doing it like for both of our shows, inviting our audiences along. And just basically using the hashtag Unframe of Body to have people, they can post their progress, they can post videos of them doing their 100 push-ups or whatever, and we're just doing some small thing per day for the month of February. Like, how are you feeling about this so far?
Well, first I want to add, whenever I asked you if you wanted to do it,
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't intending on us actually doing it. And then you're like, okay, let's do it. I'm like, ooh, what? Like, now I got to do it. He's talking about doing a live show for this and all that. But, all right, what was your question again?
I didn't have a question. You added something.
I thought you had a question. Okay.
Oh no, I asked how you're feeling about it is what I asked.
Okay, well,
So you went from like, oh shit, I didn't mean him to actually take me seriously. Now
Yeah.
you're like, oh fuck, now I gotta do it. Now how are you feeling about it right now?
I'm not feeling too bad. One big thing to remember with us doing this challenge is, what is Anthony doing right now? I thought he was frozen. He's like,
He wasn't moving, was he? That's
but
how
one-
you know
one
he's
big-
really
Dude,
paying
I've had
attention.
so much going on this week. I'm like so spaced out right now, and it's not a bad thing. It's just, I don't know. Things
right.
have not been the best, but
Yeah.
go ahead.
Continue.
So one important thing to remember with us doing this is, you hear like 100 push-ups a day. Like, I can't do that. You don't have to do them all in a row. I can't do 100 push-ups all at the same time. It actually 100 push-ups all at the same time. You pretty much got to be a bodybuilder, I think, to be able to do that.
Yeah.
But like,
or have zero upper body weight.
yeah, right. And I have plenty of that.
Yeah.
But you can break that up and like do 10 to 20 at a time, and then rest, and either come back later or rest for a minute or two and do some more. So it really shouldn't take that long to knock out 100. So it's not taking up that much time in your day.
Yeah, that's kind of what, because I've been asking around other people, say, hey, we're doing this thing. Would you guys be interested in trying to do this with us? And I've got the same 100 push-ups. And yeah, you're right. Break it up. Just do 5. Later,
Yeah.
do 5 more. Do 5 more. If and even if you have to do what's colloquially known as the girly push-ups, where you're just on your knees, and that's all you can do. Hey,
If you're doing a girly
you're doing-
push-up, I'm gonna kick
I'm
your
not.
ass.
I'm not doing girly push-ups.
Well, there are people out there that may have to do that. In reality, like I may have to do them. I'm pretty big now.
So
I
the
put
whole
on a lot of weight.
the whole purpose of doing this was it was something that was, we know we need to do something, and it's like, okay, so what's some small step that we can do? What's one habit we can change? And it's not so much for me about the push-ups as much as it is about developing a new habit.
Yep.
Because if I start doing, maybe in the morning, where I get in the habit of, okay, while I'm waiting on my coffee to boil in the morning for work, I can throw down 20 push-ups real quick. Not a big deal, I can do that, and I would just get myself in the habit of incorporating that into my morning routine, much like I brush my teeth every morning. It's just something that I know that I have to do. So that's what it is for me. Is about trying to.
You know what's gonna happen?
What?
By the end of this month, me and you are gonna be so cut. We're gonna be so big in the studio. Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Anthony. This is Daniel. Ugh.
So,
That's gonna be some fun.
And in reality, okay, all this came from, I saw a YouTube video where a guy did this. He did 100 push-ups a day for 30 days.
Yeah.
And he did the measurements of himself. Like, he did his waist, his chest, his arms, and by the end of the challenge, his weight. He lost a couple inches on his waist, and his chest was bigger for where he put on muscle. His shoulders were broader. He had gained like an inch or two around each arm. Like that's pretty impressive for just doing
Right.
push-ups every day,
yeah.
Dude,
and
you're
not
right.
changing
Affects a
any
lot.
kind of.
I'm gonna have to hurry up and get the studio done if that's the case, because we ain't gonna fit in here after this month.
As big as I am? No. I need the leg room.
And so we got a couple people in on the challenge. We got Rebecca. She says she says yes, we got this, and Connie is going to be joining us as well. She says she's doing girly push-ups though.
Hey,
That's
I'm fine
okay,
with
no
that.
judgment.
No.
I'm just like I said, just happy that anybody's wanting to participate. And
As long as
and-
people are wanting to do this with us,
Yeah.
in this challenge,
keeps
you
me
know,
accountable. It makes me want to actually do it. you know?
Right, but not only that too, but hopefully more people will see that some of us are doing this and they'll want to jump in on this. You
Yeah.
know, so I like that.
Yeah, it's so easy to get by
So
yourself.
that's five
and-
people that at least see that are willing to
Yeah,
do this.
and I've got
Us
two or three guys at work at least. But it's so easy when I'm by myself and I don't have anybody that's like keeping me accountable. Like I'll get to it later. I don't feel like doing it. I can talk myself out of anything. So it's like I'm already covered up. It'd be easy. Anybody would look at and hear my excuses and be like, yeah, I totally understand. You're totally covered up. You got 4 kids. You got a full-time job. You're building a studio. You're working on cars. You got, hey, if you can't do a few push-ups, I totally understand. But that's not what I'm looking for. What I'm looking for is like a reason to like, okay, I have to do this because we've now developed this into an actual challenge.
Yeah.
And yeah, you get it. So if you
This'll
want
be good.
to join along for that, of course, if you're in the Facebook Minds group, that's probably where the majority of our interaction will be. But if you're on other social media channels, just use the hashtag Unframe of Body and post your videos, post your pictures, post your measurements, that kind of thing. We're gonna, before we wrap up the show and with
We're
our
gonna do a weigh-in.
with our last segment, we're gonna do a quick weigh-in and we're gonna measure our arms and our waists and just kind of get a baseline of what we're starting with, and then at the end of the month we'll have you back on again and we'll regroup and see where we're at. Oh, you're gonna make me do it first, huh? Hey, Ryan.
Yeah, I forgot to get one of those.
All right, so that's
Yeah,
okay.
I actually got.
Yeah, hold your arm up there. All right. We're gonna get.
Go, man.
Now, this is not the best kind of thing for radio, so bear with me, podcast listening audience, as I measure this gentleman's arm. Here, come on up here. You talk to the folks while I measure.
Do what?
You talk to the folks while I measure.
I can't talk.
You better
Hey,
look at that
wait, are
microphone
we
and
doing
talk,
this while
homie.
flexing or not flexing?
You better
Are we
look at that.
supposed to flex?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking. How are we going to do this?
Whatever you do now, do it at the end of the month too.
What are you doing, Anthony? You
I'm not-
flexing?
No.
I'm doing no flex. I got.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
not flexing. He's flexing.
Yeah, I'm feeling this rock in my hand here. This is great. Oh, ow! Cut me with that sharp motherfucker. I got a solid 17 inches.
17 inches.
I got a solid 17
And
inches.
we just for the record, that's not in my pants, okay?
We'll get to that on the after show on Unfire.
Find us over on Pornhub.
We'll have that on the Pornhub channel.
All right, are you flex? Ooh, look at that little rock.
Yeah, no flex.
No flex.
Yeah, well, at least I don't have too much rubbery arm underneath
You
there.
are
That's
right
good.
at 14.
14. Big flex.
14.
Oh yeah, that's what's up. So we got 14. We got a 17.
So I'm 17. You're 14.
Wait, are y'all going to do waist and chest? Or are y'all just going to do arms?
I'm gonna do my waist, but yeah, I'm gonna do my waist. Go ahead, keep talking.
Oh, hey.
Well,
Have you already
I-
done your
No,
measurements, Ryan?
I have not. I actually meant to get one of those little clothing designer measuring devices like what y'all have, and I forgot all about getting it.
All right, belly button to belly button.
I'm-
39 and a half.
39 and a half.
Jesus.
Now 59 and a half for Anthony.
Yeah, we're looking like that. 52.
I seem to have lost my damn pen. Oh, that's what fell on the floor earlier.
What's that?
Hey, if you give me a minute, I might be able to find a tape measure and be able to.
Yeah, go ahead. You go do your thing. Or what you can do is take a string or something like that and then measure that string, because the tape measures are really hard to bend. But so what do we have? We had 14
14 for your arm.
and 39 and a half
Uh-huh.
is
For
belly,
your waist.
waist. Okay. I just, okay, no joke. I just literally wrote WASTE. Wow. It's
Damn.
definitely been a long week. I can't even spell waste. Well, I can, just not the right one, apparently.
Yeah,
All right.
apparently
Anthony
not.
had 17 on the arm.
17 on the arms
And,
and 52 on the waist.
52 on the waist, AIST. All right, so I guess those will be good enough measurements. And we're going to get a weight measurement as well, and we'll see where we're at from the beginning of the month to the end of the month.
You got a scale in here?
I do. Now for the fun part. Oh, yeah. Woo.
176.4.
Oh, 176. I cannot seem. I've been plateauing at 175.
Oh, good God.
Yeah, you got your big old boots on. We'll take a couple pounds off for those. What did I say, 176?
And 261
261 even. All right.
I don't know if you want to take off for the boots, because I do have those.
Oh, yeah, so we'll just go. What do you think about a pound each?
Oh, here, we'll do this.
We'll do the whole thing. All right, so sorry, bear with us, folks.
These things are steel toes, and they're heavy.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. There's probably 10 pounds right there. Yeah. I hear you walking in every day. It's like, dunk, dunk, dunk. Like, I'm just starting to worry about the, oh, you just, no, I guess not. Hey, you have featherweight boots. They weigh 0.
Yeah, well, can't count the boots.
All right, I'm going to write in parentheses with boots. How about that? That'll be good. All right. So this is going to be fun. I think it's going to be fun. And that is going to officially start on February 1st. So you still got a couple days to get your shit in order, people. And we'll go on from there. What's the matter, bud? A little hot?
A little warm in here. Not
Yeah.
too bad.
You know what? The good thing is these lights aren't that warm. So do we have any questions from the folks in the audience? I see we've got a few participants going to join us this month. I'm pretty excited about that.
Where'd hell Ryan go?
He went to go get a tape measure and a scale, and I think he took his hoodie off so he could measure himself. Hey, welcome back. Welcome back.
Hello.
All right.
So
Would you like to participate in the What the Fuck Is That on Wish segment, or would you like us to do that while you take your measurements?
See, I'll show. How do y'all want to do it?
We'll let him join
I'd
in.
prefer you to join in, so
Yeah.
we'll just say annoying shit to the people in the audience until then. yeah. So, I've had a cool idea for a T-shirt, by the way. I thought it'd be kind of cool to put, and I feel like this has been done here already. But basically, the shirt would have a beard in the middle of the shirt, and it says, "Ladies, my eyes are up here." I feel like that's a thing already, though. It's got to be. It's got to be.
Or a clean shaven, ride my face. I don't know.
Dude. All right. Ryan, let's get your arm. You got a pen to write it down? You want me to write it down for you for now?
Oh, I thought you said okay.
What?
Oh, I thought you said we're doing the wish thing first.
Oh,
We
no.
can do- we can do- we can
I
do
want to
this.
finish this before we move on to the next segment, though.
He literally has a tape measure.
Yeah, that's not a huge deal.
Yeah.
Those
tape
those things suck. That's why I said get a string, man. But that'll work.
It's a flimsy tape measure.
It is.
Okay.
Flimsy. Yeah.
So
Where are you at? How much you got on them arms?
Unframe of
I'm
body.
like 15 and a half.
15 and a half on his arms.
Okay.
Get in my belly.
Oh, yeah. Belly button to belly button, homie.
Do you want to see my belly button?
No,
Not really.
Not particularly.
Only unless it's got lint in it.
Actually, does it have lint?
It probably does.
Mine does, too.
I know. No, because I cleaned out mine yesterday.
I don't know how that happens. That still blows my mind. How does that even happen?
It's kind of like a dryer vent, you know.
I know.
Just
It's like
sucks it in
every
there.
day I've got a small steady supply. If I just start collecting it, I could stuff a mattress with it by the end of the year.
It's a pillow top.
All right.
Like this
So-
this mattress feels different. What's in it? My belly button lint.
Belly button lint. Oh yeah.
So what you got?
So waist was about 45.
45 waist. AIST, because I'm not retarded anymore. Wait, we can't say that on TV.
Yeah. No.
Did you hear about that chick that got fired for mixing up the word Lakers and the Knicks?
Yeah. She said, what was it? It was similar to the word
Talking
nigger.
about what?
Wasn't it similar to? They thought she said the N word.
Oh, She said knackers.
Naggers, but it sounded like
Yeah.
yeah. It
Well-
sounded like the word nigger is what it sounded like.
That's what I thought. I was like, I didn't hear that.
And
But
yes, we are allowed to say that word on this show, and if you don't like it, tough shit. 'Cause we're using it in conversation.
I got a big old debate with a guy in the Unframe Minds group, man. It's like, because he's convinced. I don't know, man. For every interaction I have with him, it seems like he's viewing the world through the lenses of racism. Like every conversation, it's like, oh my god,
That's
it's
just
like,
how some people are.
it's like everything has to be looked at that way. Come on, man.
Yeah.
All right, what you
All right.
got?
So, what was y'all's weights?
Okay, I got 176,
Mine was 261 even.
261 with boots.
This is a new record for me. 252.
252.
How tall are you, Ryan?
About 6 foot.
So I've got about 3.5 inches on him. I've got like 12 inches on you.
That isn't okay. So, my record was probably a little over 200 a while back.
My record was 325.
Good God, man!
I'll have to send you the
I've
picture.
seen your younger pictures, and
I
you're
don't wanna see the
skinnier.
picture.
You're like Jeremy Turner skinny
No, I'm talking
in your younger pictures. Is what I'm saying. That's crazy. So, was that kind of eye opening for you just now, Ryan?
A little. Well, yes and no, because I've kind of slowly continued to break my record.
Yeah,
So-
monitoring the progress,
But it is. That's the first time I've hit the 250 mark.
yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of
Well,
sad.
we're gonna change that, ain't we? We're gonna make it all better.
I'm going to try to find
Make
you
this
that
up.
picture.
Yeah, I mean, is it anything like for you as it's been for me? It's like, I mean, I'm plateauing, but I've also changed my eating style, but it's like I know I need to lose some more weight, and I know I'm starting to gain around my belly. Oh yeah. You want to hold that up to the
I
camera
don't
there?
know if people can see this, but
There you go. There it is. Oh yeah, big old boy.
and then after I got well over 300 pounds, I said, no, I'm going back to the gym, and I got fucking ripped as shit, dude. I
You
kinda
don't
got
play.
away from that. No, I don't.
Yeah, so I'm sure eventually, but anyway, it's like I know I need to do something. I mean, it's just it's always something else is coming up. There's always some reason why
We
not.
always find an excuse not to do something, and we've got to get out of that mentality, you know? It's not good for anybody. It's really not, and I'm just as guilty as
Yeah.
the next.
It really doesn't help.
know.
Like driving home from work as I'm like dozing off in the car. I'm like, God, I gotta get something to eat. Help me stay awake. Well, my choices in something to eat's not always the best.
Here's the thing with me, man. I'm fixing to move,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm in that stage where I'm eating out all the time,
Mm-hmm.
and I know I could probably make better selections as far as food choices, but my job. If it wasn't for my job and working in the heat that I do, and picking up the zinc or lead bars or the equipment that we use, I would probably still will be well over 300 pounds, and as much overtime as I work.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's just like
eating. When can I eat? All right. So it's a little bit past 8 o'clock. Let's go ahead and wrap up this final segment of the show, and then we'll
we got to do this
close
jingle
out.
this weekend, man. Come on.
Oh, I keep forgetting about it until we need it. All right. So Ryan, you want to sing our "What the fuck is that on Wish" jingle with us?
I don't know what's the jingle.
Yeah, we don't know either, so we just make it up every week.
Fuck.
So you
What
ready?
the fuck?
Okay, so coming up, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
What the fuck is that on Wish? And today,
We love you, man.
Hey, you should have had me more prepared for that. Okay, send over a memo or something. So,
it was actually that was the whole joke, was putting you on the spot. I didn't care what you said; it doesn't even matter. All right, so today on what the fuck is that on Wish, we have this like inflatable. Ryan, you saw the picture, right? Okay, the one I sent you?
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we have this like inflatable bubble home looking thing.
And she looks like she's like a Hillary Clinton supporter that just found out Trump won.
Yeah, she's got her little
Look at her.
she's got her little Zen bubble, and she's got. I mean, this looks like I don't know, man.
I was going to mention the same kind of thing Anthony mentioned. Most of the time in advertisements, commercials and stuff,
Yeah.
the people using their product, they want them to look happy. Well, this don't make me want to buy this bubble at all.
She does.
She looks so depressed.
You're right. I didn't even think of that. You're right.
Well,
she looks like she's like sitting in her bed crying like she just had an embarrassing one night stand that she's totally regretting right now.
Well,
And all the neighbors saw her do it.
well, the other thing I noticed too is look at where all that wood is stacked. It's in front of the door.
Oh, there's
Like,
plenty of space. There's plenty of space.
Man, fucking go with it, would you?
Oh, sorry. There's definitely wood right in front of the door, and it's definitely not the reflection of the
it's
optical illusion of the bubble.
It's a cool concept. I mean, maybe for kids. I don't know. But
my first thought was I would never buy one of these if I had kids, because that thing would not make it 13 minutes before somebody put a damn hole in it.
I just wonder what the woman is doing in this picture. I mean, looks like she's hurling, or she's just, like I said, she found out Trump won. Going back to 2016.
That's what it is. And they got a 5-star rating. It's only $7.
No,
I mean,
it's not. Scroll up. It's $700.
Oh, it's $700. Oh, $740.
Yeah.
$740 for a giant balloon. Does it come with the woman?
I don't know, but this would be great to like have in your backyard on a starry night in the summer and have your old lady out there
and what?
Bed
and what?
Gaze at the stars.
During the summer, how hot would this thing be? To me, it'd be like a greenhouse.
Oh my God!
No AC.
I did not think of that. Jesus, that thing's got to be burning up.
But you know that's got to be cool, like in the rain, though. You know, no.
Yeah, I don't know.
Unless that's some kind of like portable.
I don't know. They'd
AC
have to
unit.
come way off that $740 price tag before I even
The wind
consider
blows you away.
But I just want to.
That'd be my luck. We'd lose all this weight from this February challenge, and the next thing you know, I can't stand up in a balloon without being blown away.
Dude, we could just stand in it, let the sun just bake us in there, and we'd sweat out our weight is what we'd end up doing.
Right.
And it'd be nice and tan.
Yeah.
All right. So if anybody else has a submission for the "What the fuck is that on a Wish" segment, we would be glad to have it.
Send it to us.
Go ahead and send it to us, and we'll feature it on another episode, another week, and we'll go from there. All right. So one more time, Ryan, if you want to tell people where they can reach you for your show.
You can check us out on pretty much any podcast platform out there. It's Paddle and Fin. We got a Facebook page. It's Paddle and Fin. We got Instagram, Paddle and Fin. You know, we're pretty much paddle and fin all the way around. You find us. You know, we post regularly on stuff, and yeah.
All right. So
Cool.
if you guys, of course, head over to our website, unframeofmind.com. It's been there down in the low bar the whole time. And check out some of our other content. We got articles, memes, videos.
Sex contract.
We have the sex contract. Still to this day is our most popular piece of content. I get so many email signups off just that one piece of content. It's ridiculous. So yeah, definitely go there, check that out. And listen, if you guys want to buy merch, you can buy merch. If you guys want to support us by sharing videos, that's probably the biggest way you can help us out right now. We are severely missing some distribution. So if you guys can share us out, that would be I would have 1,000,003 thanks for you for that. So this has been another Uncomfortable Conversation Without a Condom. I'm your host, Daniel Wagner.
Anthony Trewick.
All right, and until next week, hang in there. Closing line, don't have one.
Wear no panties.
Wear no panties.
Wear no
until
panties.
next week, lose the panties.
Bathrobes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, bathrobes next week.
Nope.